Ontario's housing market is, well, a mess right now. In some areas, they're really messy. I mean, I'm talking about upside down on mortgages, people owing more than what their home is actually worth. Ouch. Listings, some of them are sitting on the market for over a year, sometimes years, collecting dust on MLS like your coffee table. Because this chaos we were told would end by the summer. Do you remember that? And in fact, it's picking up more steam. We're seeing more job losses. We're seeing more power of sales. And even the recent interest rate drops didn't stimulate the market. We're at the moment in this market where some will excel while others will stay stuck in fear mode. Which one are you? Because there are opportunities in a downturn market. And if you're the kind to take on a challenge by the horns and make a real difference in your life, stay with me because I have 5 tricks that can help you navigate through this market and potentially get yourself a win, even in the downside. And the last trick, in my eyes, is the gold. Stay with me. I'm Linda, one of the Ragona Sisters, and around here we keep things very real. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe because I'm breaking down the truth as it's felt on the ground of how fragile the market really is right now. And if you're feeling overwhelmed trying to buy, sell, or even understand the real estate market, you're not alone, and this video is for you. Here's a stat that I just heard. And I thought I'd share because it was mind-baffling, but it's also makes sense. Ontario, the land, just the dirt, is now worth more than the building on it. And in some GTA areas, it's 80 to 90% of a home's value is literally just the land. And that changes how people think, how they move, and essentially how they buy real estate. So let's talk about the chaos and, more importantly, the tricks to survive and thrive in it. And before anything else, you need to plan. Know where you're going and what you can actually afford. Too many buyers skip this step. I don't know why, but they do. And they end up chasing deals that they can't close on. So let's jump into the meat and potatoes. Number 1, sellers, know this. When a buyer sees long days on the market, they think it's ripe for picking up a deal that is. Price ahead of the pack. That's probably my best tip for the seller right now. Be the best price listing amongst your competition. I find it so often that sellers chase the market, and by the time they realize their home is not competitive, the market has already moved even lower. And a hot tip for a seller, since there are a lot of buyers backing out of deals right now, put in your agreement that you would like to see the pre-approval of the buyer. I've been hearing too many stories of buyers backing out simply on having cold feet, and they're using the financing condition in the offer to back out. And also, be very careful on how these conditions are worded because sometimes, well, often, they're worded very loosely in favor of the buyer, like using the word satisfactory to the buyer, meaning if the buyer didn't like, for example, the way the doorknob turned, they can usually back out through the inspection clause. So this is done through a subjective condition that gives the buyer broad discretion to walk away. Get my drift? Number 2, think small or creative. That means looking at entry-level towns, something more affordable, even moving out of town. It means considering multi-generational setups. It means exploring co-ownership. These aren't compromises, they're creative solutions to a market that's changed. Home is a necessity, not a want. And unfortunately, policies have created an environment where it's become unreachable for some. Multi-generational homes have become very popular, not for shared affordability, but also for extra rental income and family support. I can't tell you how many times I show up to a house and I see 40 pairs of shoes at the front door. And you walk into a space where mattresses are laid out in every corner. It's very sad to see. And I hadn't seen this 20 years ago. It's started to see this now. Families need more support, financial support to survive. Number 3, buy based on monthly affordability, not sale price. People are stuck in the idea that the deal is in the sticker price. And let me tell you, sometimes when you think you're getting a deal, You still bought on an inflated price. But in a time of rising carrying costs, what matters is, can you afford the payments, the taxes, and the repairs? Your housing costs should not consume more than 32% of your gross income, according to CMHC. Don't work just to live. Many people are choosing less desirable spaces, smaller square footages, in exchange for a more peaceful, stress-free lifestyle. And I understand that. Number 4, if you're buying pre-construction, watch pricing very carefully. Some builders are listing homes at inflated values. Sure, the new sales guy can say, hey, this is a great deal because prices are down by 20%. But they can still be inflated. Sure, they can offer blanket mortgages to cover the appraisal gap on closing, but that coverage often comes with higher rates. Don't get caught up in the emotion. Focus on the numbers. I always say this. Find a comparable, like a resale in the same area that's very similar, and compare it to that shiny new build. And also, you may still experience falling prices by the time the home closes. Just know that. And really important, know your walkaway options when you're buying brand new. And for goodness sakes, people, don't do anything without a lawyer here. And now the most important, be proactive, not reactive. If you're someone who needs to make a move, for example, you can't afford your new renewal rate, don't wait to list your home. Be proactive because buyers can smell desperation. And on the flip side, for buyers, not all sellers are interested in dumping their homes for below market value. You need to find them. And like I said before, you can smell them. Well, not literally, but instinctively. Like in words on MLS, like sellers will negotiate. Or maybe it's indirect, like incentives if the home sells before a certain date. Or maybe it's in the closing date. Maybe the seller has purchased a new home. You or your agent needs to find out the gold in negotiating. And that gold is called motivation. And here's the thing no one wants to say out loud. Real estate is getting more complicated, not less. But that's not a reason to quit. That's your signal to upgrade how you play the game. Because the opportunities, they're still there, but only if you stop trying to play by the old rules. So if you want to chat about the GTA, we would love to hear from you. And if this video helped, hit subscribe. It helps get this video out to more people. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, in the chaos, opportunities are lurking in the background. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.